Hello, everyone. This is Tom Fox, and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is an offering of the Compliance Podcast Network. December 3, 2018. The New York Times reports that former Nissan CEO Carlos Ghosn can be held for an additional 10 days in jail in Japan. Mr. Ghosn's former chief of staff, Greg Kelly, a Nissan board member who was also arrested at the same time, will also have his detention extended for another 10 days. Next up, the Federal Reserve Bank is looking at Goldman Sachs over its 1MDB scandal. It certainly provides another headache for the firm. The Federal Reserve is ramping up its investigation into how the executives dodged the bank's internal controls while helping Malaysian authorities literally raise billions of dollars. The Justice Department probe is already reported to be at an advanced stage. The Malaysian government has pushed back for fee refunds, and there's also a lawsuit from a pair of Abu Dhabi investment funds, in addition to other lawsuits which could further damage the bank's reputation. It's reportedly to have reserved almost $2 billion for this issue. In one of the biggest data breaches of all time, Marriott Corporation, or Marriott International, on this Friday disclosed that it was hit with a hack in its reservation database for its Starwood properties and may have exposed the personal information of up to 500 million guests. This attack rivaled the thefts of information from Yahoo back in 2013 and 2014, which roiled the company's customers as a significant amount of personal information such as passport number, travel details, payment card information, and others make this breach one of the most serious around. Marriott admitted the breach, and as this will be under GDPR, it will be interesting to see what the fine and penalty would be. It is certainly outstanding. And finally comes the news that the Autonomy founder, Mike Lynch, has been criminally indicted. For anyone who followed this case, you recall that Hewlett-Packard bought Autonomy for $11.1 billion in 2011, and the next year it took an $8.8 billion write-down from the deal. Hewlett-Packard says it was duped into overpaying because it appeared to be willfully inflated financial statements from Autonomy. Of course, Hewlett-Packard did engage in due diligence, and there were Hewlett-Packard senior executives who advised against the deal, yet it went forward. There is certainly a variety of fingers that can be pointed at many parties in this case, and now the U.S. District for the Northern District of California has not only indicted but brought charges against Lynch related to this. It will be interesting to see if he will fight extradition to come to the United States. Even if he does not fight and voluntarily shows up, I would find it difficult to believe that the government would allow him to travel outside of the United States. So we may be in for a very long fight. The Serious Fraud Office in the UK declined to bring charges against Lynch. I must say the response to the Daily Compliance News has been quite gratifying. Several people have contacted me and told me how much they enjoy this daily summary, a short summary of compliance and corruption-related news. So I have decided to move this forward as a full-time series into 2019. Also, I hope you will check out some of the new offerings on the Compliance Podcast Network. Jay Rosen and I have started a new podcast series, Popcorn and Compliance, where we take a look at the movies and related to some compliance topics. Finally, Mary Shirley and Lisa Fine are starting a new podcast series, Great Women in Compliance. It premieres Wednesday, December 5th on the Compliance Podcast Network. I know you'll enjoy it. This is Tom Fox, the Compliance Evangelist. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network. Thank you for listening.